hotels abound everywhere. But when you're looking for a cozy, comfortable, luxury, and environment that will take you to the zenith of your expectations, A&T Residential Hotels is the place. The rooms are designed to be your home away from home. We have services, both bar, room, and kitchen are all 24 hours. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool and our gym to keep your body fit. Our staff are excellent as they welcome you with royalty. Come shake your body as our nightclub opens every Friday with Asu Barbecue. Asuya joints available all day. We have a whole capacity of about 1,500 for your occasions. Welcome to A&T Presidential Hotels, Kilometer 5, Ilesha, Owo Expressway, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 081 4633 5949 and 070 1222 6282. A&T Presidential Hotels. Comfort and class redefined.
Third quarter is here. NTA Television College Refilled JOS invites media practitioners and non-media practitioners to be part of our short proficiency courses starting from 13th July to 25th September 2026. The college offers hands-on experience on practical training from certified professionals in the broadcast field. The courses will commence as follows: online reporting, digital studio architecture and integration, intermediate camera operation, motion graphics design, parliamentary reporting and judicial reporting. For registration details, course schedules, and more information, visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call the following numbers: 0803-383-4343 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College Refilled JOS, your gateway to media excellence.
The FIFA World Cup 2026 is here. Watch all 104 matches live on StarTimes, from the opening match to the final showdown.
And this time, it's not just watching, it's watch and win.
Subscribe or buy a StarTimes decoder and stand a chance to win the 10 million naira grand prize, plus many exciting prizes nationwide with subscription packages starting from just 4,000 naira. Recharge now via StarTimes app or visit any StarTimes office or dealer outlet near you.
StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Before, my family can go 1 week without drama. 1 week, one wahala. Mama, brother, papa, sister, before. Any beef supposed to stay inside bottle.
Maggi Star is crafted from fermented soybeans, onions, chili flavor, and cloves in a way only Maggi knows.
Walking on my Maggi, make it right. Come with piece of peace. Oh, no, come at all, oh, before, Maggi, oh,
Maggi Star, making every meal special and special moments unforgettable.
Maggi, oh, love, me and Maggi so good together. Me and Maggi so good together.
Good evening to you, and this is another edition of News Diary. News Diary is a compilation of fresh reports and some of the ones that made headlines in the course of the week. You are welcome. We'll go on a short break. News Diary returns with the news of the day. Please stay with us. President Bola Tinubu has signed the Presidential Executive Order on Virtual Assets Coordination 2026, establishing a coordinated regulatory framework for Nigeria's virtual assets ecosystem, aimed at strengthening oversight, protecting investors, curbing financial crimes, and promoting responsible innovation in the digital economy. The executive order signed pursuant to Section 5 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, takes immediate effect. The new framework seeks to harmonize the activities of financial, revenue, and capital market regulators in response to the rapidly evolving virtual assets sector, where digital assets increasingly transit the traditional boundaries of currencies, securities, commodities, and payment systems. The presidency, in a statement signed by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanuga, said the fragmented regulatory landscape had created overlaps, enforcement gaps, and institutional silos that expose the country to money laundering, terrorism financing, cybersecurity, and data privacy threats, fraud, and revenue linkages. The Supreme Court has affirmed the final forfeiture of 7 landed properties, $2.04 million, and share certificates linked to former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to the federal government in a unanimous judgment delivered by a 5-member panel led by Justice Ibrahim Mohammed Salau. The Supreme Court set aside the earlier decision of the Court of Appeal and restored the judgment of the Federal High Court, Lagos, which had ordered the final forfeiture of the assets. The Supreme Court held that the assets were reasonably suspected to have been acquired with proceeds from unlawful activities, thereby upholding the Federal Court's decision. Emefiele had earlier challenged the Federal High Court's forfeiture order before the Court of Appeal, which overturned the ruling. Dissatisfied with that judgment, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, appealed to the Supreme Court, which has now restated the trial court's decision. We will go on another break. News Diary returns shortly. Please stay with us.
Third quarter is here. NTA Television College Refilled JOS invites media practitioners and non-media practitioners to be part of our short proficiency courses starting from 13th July to 25th September 2026. The college offers hands-on experience on practical training from certified professionals in the broadcast field. The courses will commence as follows: online reporting, digital studio architecture and integration, intermediate camera operation, motion graphics design, parliamentary reporting, and judicial reporting. For registration details, course schedules, and more information, visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call the following numbers: 0803-383-4343 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College Refilled JOS, your gateway to media excellence.
Many thanks for staying tuned. You can also watch News Diary on these social media handles: Facebook at Nta Akure, YouTube at Nta Akure. Now to some of the reports that made headlines in the course of the outgoing week. As part of efforts to sustain Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's his agenda and deepen women empowerment across Ondo State, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development during the week took the Aiyedatiwa market-to-market engagement program to Ikare Akoko in Akoko Northeast Local Government area of the state. The initiative provided support for market women and small business owners with the aim of strengthening livelihoods and promoting economic independence. Ayomide Olowoyo reports.
The Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, led by its commissioner, Dr. Seun Osamaye, took the Aiyedatiwa market-to-market engagement program to Ikare Akoko as part of the state government effort to empower market women, promote entrepreneurship, and stimulate economic growth through self-reliance. Beyond providing empowerment support, the program also serves as a platform for the government to engage directly with the community members and identify their needs.
We have been able to meet with about 200 market women leaders, not just members, leaders drawn from different local governments across the northern senatorial district. We had a robust conversation. We had beautiful engagements. It was beautiful. So it's a time to engage with them, know the issues affecting them, and then know how to address those issues.
The Iyalaje of Ikare Kingdom, Chief Risikatu Muhammad, commended the initiative and called for sustained support and intervention to further improve the welfare of market women.
We thank our governor, Mr. Lucky Orimisun Ayedatiwa, for remembering us for this gift that our mama, Tinubu wife, bring to Ondo State. They are not abandoning us. We thank our governor for all the things that he's doing for us.
Beneficiaries who received various empowerment items, including sewing machines, grinding machines, and cash support to boost their businesses, expressed appreciation to the Ondo State government, describing the intervention as timely.
I'm very excited. I'm very happy, and I thank Dr. Governor Orimisun Ayedatiwa and Mrs. Our able commissioner. I'm going to use it very well.
The Ayedatiwa market-to-market engagement program team also paid a courtesy visit to the Olukare of Ikare Kingdom, His Imperial Majesty Oba Al-Kadri Saliu Momo, who offered royal blessings and expressed support for the initiative. In Akure, Ayomide Olowoyo, NTA News.
Also during the week, the National Emergency Management Agency, in collaboration with the Ondo State Emergency Management Agency, distributed relief materials to victims affected by the recent windstorm and heavy rainfall in Owo and Emure communities of the state. The intervention was aimed at elevating the hardship faced by the affected residents and supporting their recovery from the devastating impacts of the disaster. Abu Karim Ahmed reports.
The relief items distributed included bags of rice, beans, gari, vegetable oil and seasoning cubes. Among the beneficiaries is Venerable Emmanuel Ogunleye, who said the relief support will help cushion the impact of the disaster as affected families begin to rebuild their lives. He noted that for many residents, the devastating windstorm and heavy rainfall that swept through parts of Owo and Emure in April this year left a trail of destruction, damaging homes, businesses and means of livelihood.
The government sent representatives through the local government, local council authority to capture the buildings that were destroyed. And we thank them for what they have been doing to assist us.
Representing the Director General of NEMA, Zubaida Umar, officials of the agency said the intervention followed a detailed assessment of the affected communities to determine the extent of damage and the immediate needs of victims. They reaffirmed NEMA's commitment to providing timely humanitarian assistance to vulnerable communities whenever disasters occur.
Well, we are here today to give relief items as approved by the federal government to the people that were affected by rainstorm and flooding in Emure and Owo communities in our local government area of Ondo State. And as you can see, we sensitized them earlier before we even start the distribution. And the purpose is that we want them to be proactive in attending to disaster-related issues instead of being reactive.
Today's program is so significant because it's a way of touching the grassroots, and I can also say that it's part of the dividends of democracy.
The acting chairman of our local government area, Ahmed Ibrahim, commended NEMA and the Ondo State government for the intervention.
I appreciate the management of SEMA and NEMA because of their prompt intervention. I called them that night. The second day, they were here as early as possible. And I appreciate them for fulfilling their promises. On behalf of our local government, the citizens of our local government, we thank you and we appreciate you.
Beneficiaries are expected to make judicious use of the items while recovery efforts continue. In Akure, Abdulkarim Ahmed, NTA News.
Employers of National Youth Service Corps members were during the week urged to prioritize the welfare of Corps members and demonstrate empathy through an unwavering commitment to the objectives and ideas of the scheme. This was the focus of a one-day stakeholders workshop organized by the National Youth Service Corps on those states with the theme fine-tuning stakeholders collaboration to enhance core members' welfare experience. Adebayo Jegede reports.
The workshop brought together key stakeholders to strengthen collaboration and promote initiatives aimed at improving the welfare, safety, and overall service experience of COP members. Representing the Ondo State Governor, Dr. Lucky Aiyedatiwa, the Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, commended the NYSC Ondo State Coordinator for organizing the workshop, describing it as a timely initiative aimed at strengthening collaboration with employers and improving the welfare of COP members across the state.
Our shared responsibility to create a conducive environment for all members can serve effectively, develop their potential, contribute meaningfully to national development.
The keynote address of the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Oluseyi was delivered by the Ondo State Coordinator of the scheme. In the address, the Director General reaffirmed the NYSC's commitment to the welfare, safety, and professional development of COP members. He emphasized the need for employers to provide a conducive working environment that enables COP members to contribute meaningfully to national development while acquiring valuable workplace experience.
The next workshop provides another opportunity for us to review our collective efforts, strengthen existing partnership, and install innovative approaches to improving the welfare and workplace experience of all members deployed to the various establishments.
A major highlight of the workshop was the presentation of awards to outstanding employers of COP members in recognition of their exceptional commitment to the welfare, mentorship, and support of NYSC members posted to their establishment.
The stakeholders should be able to provide good accommodation for them, then they look up to their well-being and then treat them well.
The workshop provided an avenue for stakeholders to reaffirm their commitment to the objectives of the National Youth Service Corps scheme, with participants expressing optimism that the renewed partnership between the NYSC and employers will further enhance COP members' welfare and service delivery in Akure. Adebayo Jegede, NTA.
You are still watching News Diary, and we are still on some of the reports that made headlines in the course of the week. A professor of Human Resource and Strategic Management at the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Nta Akure, during the week said, sustainable success requires deliberate investment in people, inclusive participation, continuous learning, knowledge sharing, innovation, and strategic leadership to drive organizational performance. This was while delivering the institution's 202nd inaugural lecture in Akure. The report. In an inaugural lecture titled Human Resource and Strategy, the Backbone of Global Competitiveness, Professor Nta Akure argued that competitive success depends not merely on an organization's possession of resources, but on its ability to transform those resources into value through effective strategies and its people. Professor Akure further noted that achieving peak productivity requires a holistic approach that recognizes the humanity of employees. She emphasized the need for robust work-life balance practices, including flexible working hours, adaptable work arrangements, and family support initiatives to reduce work overload and promote employees' well-being. The Vice-Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, FUTA, Professor Adenike Oladiji, alongside other guests, noted that the inaugural lecture has highlighted that sustainable competitiveness is achieved through the disciplined alignment of purpose, people, and performance.
Ajayi's issue is grace upon grace, and it's a wonderful day.
The lecture has been so interesting, because they told us about strategic human resources.
The government, relevant institutions, corporations, and even the universities should make more use of these inaugural lectures.
Professor Modupe Ajayi has served the Federal University of Technology Akure FUTA in several capacities, including the institution's registrar from 2011 to 2017. In Akure, the Federal University of Technology Akure during the week held its 15th Registry Annual Lecture, bringing stakeholders together to examine the future of higher education administration in Nigeria. The lecture was with the theme Quality or Quantity Rethinking Higher Education Administration in 21st Century Nigeria. Champion Adesola reports.
Delivering the lecture, the guest lecturer, Professor Hope Egaga, described the registry as the administrative engine room of every university, responsible for policy implementation, records management, and providing essential support to the institution's key governing bodies. Professor Egaga maintained that the success of Nigerian universities should not be measured by the number of graduates they produce, but by the quality of graduates they equip with the knowledge, skill, and values needed to thrive in a rapidly changing world.
The end result of this exercise is to enhance service delivery to students who have been based in our care. To produce excellent students, we need to be holistic in our approach to education to ensure university administrators are part of this process. We need results to be promptly prepared.
Registrar, Federal University of Technology Akure FUTA, Charles Adeleye, called on government and institutions to strengthen administrative systems and make quality foundation of higher education.
We also know that the education in Nigeria have expanded. You know, there's expansion, and since there is expansion, there's bound to be quantity and also quality. So it depends. And that's what we have assessed this very day. So it's very relevant. And with what we are witnessing now, we know that the standard of education is being upheld.
The Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology Akure FUTA, Professor Adenike Oladiji, alongside participants, noted that the lecture was an eye-opener.
The guest lecturer has shown that he's a scholar and very experienced indeed. And he has been able to interrogate some of the problems confronting the university system, especially in terms of recruitment, the quality of staff we have vis-a-vis, government policy and all of that.
The lecture is very interesting. I learned how to treat the students under us, how to treat their file and everything.
The event also featured the presentation of recognition awards to individuals who distinguished themselves through outstanding contributions to university administration. In Akure, Champion Adetula, NTA News.
As artificial intelligence continues to transform economies and industries across the globe, the focus is increasingly shifting to how Nigerian universities can move beyond merely consuming AI technologies to creating innovative homegrown solutions. This formed the focus of discussions during the week at the 22nd Annual Lecture and First International Conference on Emerging Computing Applications and Technologies organized by the School of Computing, Federal University of Technology Akure. The event was with the theme Digital Solutions to 21st Century Challenges. The report. Delivering the annual lecture, a guest speaker, Dr. Toyosi Akerele Ogunshiji, in a presentation titled From Artificial Intelligence Consumers to Creators, Preparing African Universities for the Global Intelligence Economy Through Computing Education, Research and Industry Collaboration, highlighted the urgent need for Nigerian universities to strengthen computing education, promote cutting-edge research, and deepen collaboration with industries to equip graduates with the skills required to compete and thrive in the global AI-driven economy. She also emphasized the importance of positioning African universities as centers of innovation, capable of producing AI solutions tailored to the continent's unique challenges and opportunities.
Research must be competent. Patents must be
Imagine students launching AI before graduation.
For the School of Computing, Federal University of Technology, Akure, the vision is to become a leading center of excellence in computing education, research, and innovation in Africa, producing globally competitive graduates and developing technology-driven solutions that address societal and industrial challenges.
Africa cannot afford to remain merely a consumer of artificial intelligence technology developed elsewhere. We must become creators, innovators, researchers, entrepreneurs, and global contributors to the rapidly evolving intelligence community.
It's an opportunity for networking and collaboration. It's a space for critical reflection. It's an avenue for inspiration for action.
Vice-Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Adenike Oladiji, explored how computing education, research, and industry collaboration can position Nigeria for the global intelligence economy.
This is the time for us to drop our old ideas, imbibe new culture, to shape the world that is evolving.
Awards of excellence were thereafter presented to distinguished individuals in recognition of their outstanding contributions and remarkable achievements in advancing computing education, research, innovation, and technological development. It was a moment of thanksgiving during the week as the Archbishop of Ondo Ecclesiastical Province and Bishop of Akure Diocese, the Most Reverend Simeon Borokini, celebrated his retirement from active ministry, which coincided with his 70 years birthday, which is the mandatory retirement age. Oluwakemi Ademola reports that Archbishop Borokini's episcopal ministry spanned 44 years, including 13 years of dedicated leadership as Bishop of the Diocese of Akure. The report.
The sound signal the commencement of Eucharistic service at St. Thomas Anglican Church, Akure, as the Archbishop of Ondo Ecclesiastical Province and Bishop of Akure Diocese, the Most Reverend Simon Borokini, bars of active ecclesiastical service on attaining the mandatory retirement age of 70. Top government officials, members of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion from across the country, family members, relatives, friends, and other well-wishers gathered to celebrate the remarkable life and achievements of the clergyman. The sermon, which focused on the celebrant's years of dedicated service in the vineyard of God, highlighted his exemplary spiritual leadership, unwavering commitment to evangelism, and selfless service to humanity.
There is no day we will not have something to thank God for. It must be done ceaselessly because it acknowledges our confidence in Christ.
Many who paid glowing tributes described Bishop Borokini's life and ministry as a source of inspiration to believers and generations of church leaders.
We thank God for today. Today, the God had blessed it. Our Archbishop, he started well and he's heading well today.
He's retiring as the number 3 man in the Anglican Communion in the Church of Nigeria. After the primate, the dean of the church, he happens to be the most senior until today. And it's glorious.
For leading this diocese for 13 solid years. And he has done excellently well. I pray that the Lord will grant him many more years in good health.
The service also featured a special Thanksgiving led by the retired Bishop Simon Borokini in appreciation of God's faithfulness throughout his ministry. Reflecting on his journey in the Lord's vineyard, the retired bishop expressed gratitude to God for a fulfilling ministry and offered words of counsel and encouragement to his successor.
I've committed everything to God. Whoever is coming, I will continue to pray for him so that the Holy Spirit will continue to lead him aright. My advice is for him to lay all these problems or challenges, let them bear to God.
Without prayer and fasting, we don't know what would have happened today. But I thank God Almighty for hitherto He has helped us.
The celebration continued with a colorful reception to commemorate Bishop Borokini's 70th birthday. Nta Akure, Oluwakemi Ademola, NTA News.
And that's the size of the package tonight. We thank you for watching. Good evening.
Before, my family can go 1 week without drama. 1 week, one wahala. Mama, brother, papa.